And we're back. Meanwhile, in a room off to the side of the main room, the guard lieutenant was watching over the older fox spirit as she seemed to be in the grips of a minor panic attack. No, this can't be right. This can't be true. I'm from this world. This world. I belong here, don't I? Maybe you should sit down or, lay back or something. I can get you a pillow if you'd like, or... No, you cannot possibly understand. You cannot know what it is like to have everything you knew your whole life just pulled out from under you completely. Actually, I do. What do you mean? It was a while ago now. I was still just a kid, maybe 5 years old. There was an incident involving those other spirits. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was a big fire, and my parents got trapped inside. They never made it out, so yeah, don't tell me I don't know what it's like to have your whole life torn apart. I'm sorry, I did not know. I could not have known. Well, that almost makes it worse. You should know. You should know exactly what it did to me, how it made me feel. Pardon, I do not know what you were talking about. Narumi, was it? Narutan. What? That's what you used to call me, Ichi-chan. You used to call me Narutan. We used to play together almost every day. That's how you should know. I was with you when the incident happened, and you don't even remember. The girl collapsed onto one knee, clutching her head. I remember the village glowing orange, a girl younger resembling you. Why could I not remember this before? Ugh. Machiko? My head hurts. I remember seeing you cry. You screamed for your parents, and then you were calling out my name as I ran. I had to. The villagers, they wanted to catch us, all spirits. They didn't care that we had been playing by the river all day. I couldn't explain it. I had to run. I can't believe it. Narutan, I'm so sorry. Fox Spirit reached out for the guard, who pulled back instinctively. As she did, the pain seemed to disappear, and Machiko looked more relieved than anything. No, not yet. I can't just forget about all that. It isn't that easy, but you did stand up to that slime creature, the one you called Sakura. You risked your life for Miyo and for the village, and that's worth giving you a chance for. I can't promise a miracle, though, because she barely even listens to me, but I'll try to talk her down. She really isn't the cold, heartless captain everyone thinks she is. Thank you for giving us a chance, Naruto, I promise. Miyo and I will do our best. Perhaps you can tell me more about the incident. I'd rather not. It isn't a happy story, but if you do me a favor, I might be more willing to tell you more. I want to get stronger. I couldn't do anything earlier today. I couldn't protect anyone. I don't have the brains for magic or anything like that, but that Takahiro guy knows some pretty flashy moves, does he? Does he really? The only move you've seen him do is, counter your attack. If you get him to teach me some, I'll tell you about what happened. Deal, Chi-chan? I'm not too sure. That seems like a bit of an unfair deal on my part. Perhaps you could sweeten it for me just a little. Always a charmer, huh? Alright, how about this? I'll tell you something about when we were younger, like when we used to play together in the woods near the village. There's a little stream there that we used to fish in. Sometimes you would sneak into the village with me and we'd play pranks on the shop owners, knocking on doors and running away. Silly kid stuff. You'd even show me your magic, your illusion abilities, but you said you didn't like doing it all that much because it made Mako cry. Oh, that's right. When Mako saw me transform for the first time, she got so scared she ran away and nearly hurt herself. How could I possibly have forgotten that? Naruto, thank you for telling me that. I swear I'll get Takakun to help you. Thank you. The girl stepped forward once again, this time wrapping her arms around the surprised guard, who did not pull back. As the two women hugged each other tightly, the fox spirit began trembling. Hey, come on now. We should probably get back to the others. They're probably wondering where we've gone. Okay, this is pretty crowded. Forgive me for my absence. I must admit I did not expect such revelations. Takakun, have you explained the situation? Yeah, I think they get it now, but it's probably going to take a while for the villagers to accept you. I do believe it will be in everyone's best interest to see the true nature of the fox spirits. While I can't promise that friendships will be forged today, let it be known that from now on the fox spirits are welcome in our village and will receive the same respect as any guest should. Thank you, older Sama. My sister and I are very grateful for your hospitality. However, the laws of this village shall apply to you three as well. Takahiro-kun, I believe it will be in your best interest to learn more about the village. Tsukinodo, Narumi-chan, I leave him in your care. And try not to put him back in that cell, you two. You got it, Oji-sama. We'll do our best. What about Mako-chan and Machiko-san? I would like them to stay here for the time being. We need to discuss what to do should the other fox spirits choose to return. Elder-sama, I would like to stay with you for that conversation. It is my duty to protect the village and those within it from any perceived danger. This includes you. I also believe it would serve me well to hear this firsthand. Of course, I expected nothing. Tsukino-dono. Narumi-chan, how about you take Takahiro-kun for a walk? I do not think this is a date, young man. You're going to need more than that show earlier to earn the right to date my granddaughter. The man laughed heartily as I blushed, smiling weakly. At least I wouldn't end up cuffed and brought to jail cell this time. Maybe it would even turn out to be a pleasant experience. It didn't. Even the elements seemed to be working against the village today. Barely a minute into the walk, the skies let loose and we were both soaked through within seconds. Letting out a yelp, Narumi grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the nearest shelter. Oh, you. This rainfall this suddenly, that's just typical. Today just went from bad to worse. I thought it would take more than a bit of rain to douse your warrior spirit. Warrior spirit, yeah, I really had that by the bucketful today, didn't I? You sound different from the last time we met. I was practically expecting you to shout, "Ha!" as if you could stop the great Narumi. You better up your act, Mother Nature. Send me a tsunami, an earthquake, or a tornado my way, and you might just stand a chance. Yeah, well, that was before I realized what a weak, cowardly person I am. I wouldn't take all that to stop me. I'm not that great. I'm just a girl who's trying to impress someone. It just takes a drizzle to stop me. I frowned for a moment, trying to think of how to respond. It looked like her inability to stop the slime girl from causing havoc had led Narumi to feel like she had failed somehow. It was then I recalled a certain scenario and decided to act. I swiftly grabbed a hold of Narumi's shoulder while my other arm wrapped around her own, almost as though I was able to comfort her. I decided to use a judo technique, pretending to be the hero of some manga, preparing himself for a secret technique. I shouted proudly. What? Hey, stop. Tsugi Goshi. Having practiced judo since I was a kid, I easily spun the girl over my shoulder and put her back into the rainy grass. My eyes were sharp as they looked down at her, repeating the words I remembered from a certain manga. If you let one loss break your spirit, you're not suited for the life of a warrior. The stronger the people around you, the more you should improve. That doesn't mean anything. You took me by surprise, as all you looked like you were going to kiss me, and then you tossed me on my back. Though I wasn't planning to kiss you, and now I forgot my heroic speech. Get up and grab your weapon, Narumi. If words won't cheer you up, then let's talk like warriors do, through battle. Wait here. The woman pushed herself upwards and barged past me, stomping into a nearby building. Only now did I recognize it as the building I had been held in the day before. I waited under the wooden slats of the shelter as the rain continued. A few moments later I heard a loud thud, and through the doors Narumi burst. In her hand she held a naginata, similar to the one she had used previously, but with a different blade. Alright, well, there's a nice CG. In the moment before her attack landed, I noticed it wasn't nearly as sharp as it should have been. Took everything I had to raise my arms in time and grab a hold of the shaft of the weapon before the attack crushed my body. Pushing her weapon aside, I darted forwards. Pushing my hand forcefully against her chest, I attempted to open her up for a second attack. That's it, you're not some weak-willed girl who's gonna lose her fighting spirit that easily. Shut up. You don't even know what's going on. I'm only gonna beat the snot out of you, and that'll make me feel better. Didn't you forget one of the most important things in a fight? The woman gritted her teeth and lunged forward again, like a wild, angry strike that would have been ridiculously easy to dodge had she not been so fast. Even though I was faster, the whoosh that shot past me made it clear she was not pulling her punches. I don't care, it's not important. I couldn't do it. I got scared. I let everyone down. And that's why you failed as a warrior. I can read every emotion behind your attacks. You're angry at yourself for being unable to stop that spirit, right? Disappointed at yourself for lacking the courage to face them. But you're not some lone hero who has to do everything by herself. We push her naginata upwards, a quick slide of my body nearly knocking the weapon out of her hands. Quickly raised the hand to flick her forehead before stepping backwards. Did anyone tell you that you have to fight that spirit on your own? Did you forget that you have friends out there who would give their lives to help you? A hero who fights alone is a hero who dies early. It's why both you and the tsundere tyrant weren't able to defeat the spirit. How? How am I supposed to fight by her side when she's so much better than I can ever hope to be? How can I stand a chance against spirits when I'm just a girl with a sharp stick? Miyo lost her sword, but she never lost her resolve. I lost mine as soon as things became dangerous. I'm worthless. And the woman snarled as her forehead was flicked, and she quickly lunged forward again, lashing out with her spare hand, aiming for my temple. I ducked, slid back, and narrowly dodged the swing of her naginata when I noticed a change in her stance, which seemed to allow a closer range attacking style. The only limit we have... Oh, I got another... I got 4 Steam trading cards out of this? Okay. I didn't think there were 4, but oh well, another $1. The only limits we have are those we impose upon ourselves. If she's better than you just need to keep on improving. Even I have things I want to overcome. That's the thing about martial arts. Why haven't you tried talking to her about this? Because I can't talk to her. I just need to be strong. She does it without relying on anyone, without bending or yielding. I can't do it. I can't be like her. Is that really how it is? Maybe you just don't know what the source of her strength is, but in your case, it's just a matter of finding her resolve. Well, there's the problem. I don't have any. I'm just a dumb little girl who needs to be saved all the time. Come on, stop talking like that. Don't you have something you want to protect at all costs? Nothing at all. Not your family, your friends, your village. You just turn up for the paycheck and tell them thanks? You're right, there's nothing. I lost everything. The woman's next attack caught me by surprise. She flung her weapon towards me at full strength, hitting my arm and causing me to flinch. As she turned away from me, she slipped on the wet grass. Before I had a chance to react, she scrambled to her feet and suddenly took off towards the forest. I chased the girl as fast as I could. It looks awfully dry and sunny out. I chased the girl as fast as I could, barely able to keep up as she picked her way through the trees. She finally slowed down, coming to a stop at the edge of a small clearing. You're really fast. Why did you run? Damn it, why did you follow me? I didn't ask you to come. I don't want you here. Leave. I can't do that. Ugh. I can't do that, Narumi-chan. The hero never abandons someone in need, and a master never lets his people down. What are you talking about? It's not important. Won't you at least tell me what's gotten you this worked up? I know you panicked back from the wild spirit attack, but I think most people would. It's not something you need to feel ashamed of. Well, that one's not really all that fan servicey. No answer came from the girl, who kept her gaze lower, and rolling my eyes, I turned to leave, but stopped when I noticed two small graves. They looked old, but well maintained, sitting in the shade of a tree. Narumi? My parents lost their lives during a spirit attack. I was lucky enough not to see it happen firsthand, but I'm all alone now. I lost my best friend, too. When I saw Miyo trapped, I got so scared that I was going to lose her, too. I just kind of shut down. My mind went blank. I envy you, Takahiro. You're trapped in another world, and you might never see your family and friends again, but here you are, still so positive and eager to help everyone. How do you do it? Well, I do worry about whether I'll be able to return to my world or not, but I realize that just sitting around sulking all day won't get me anywhere. I'd rather spend my time helping everyone. But I don't think you lost everything that day. Miyo-san is still here, right? So maybe she can be the reason for you to get stronger. And what about the Elder and the other villages? Isn't there trust in you enough reason to put up a fight? It's just so hard. I'm so weak and I can't fight, but you can. Will you help me? I need to get better, and your skills are incredible. If I get strong enough, maybe I can finally protect those I care about. Miyo-san, Chi-chan, the village. Well, I'm gonna be stuck here for a while anyway, so I wouldn't mind helping you out, but if you had kept your emotions in check during our fight, I would have been seeing stars by now. But who's Chi-chan? You're not talking about the Elder, are you? Oop, I wasn't supposed to say that. Can I trust you, Takahiro-kun? Of course, my lips are sealed. Chi-chan is Machiko. No, you already gave her a nickname? It's a little complicated. We were friends when we were kids. She was the friend I lost. After the incident, the villagers went on a witch hunt and got rid of all the spirits, banishing them to the forest. I haven't spoken to her since, that is, until today. I doubt Machiko-san has changed much from how you remember her. Well, aside from the fact that she might not have been such a tease. Nope, she was actually a tease back then too, only not so, intense. She used to play fun little pranks, like hiding a bucket of water on a door or hiding a frog in someone's boot, and it was so much fun. Well, I genuinely hope the next generation of children in this village won't take after the two of you. You're no fun. It's only a bit of harmless silliness. We made sure no one ever got hurt. We even rescued the frogs. It's just a shame it all ended so quickly. Well, why don't you try and reconnect with her now that she's allowed back into the village? I'd like to. We had a lot of fun when we were playing, but something seemed weird when I spoke to her earlier. She didn't seem to remember anything, and it looked like it hurt when she tried to. It's probably nothing, but you never know. Well, maybe something happened to her after she ran away. In any case, I think we should return to the village. This rain... Oh wait, the rain stopped. I didn't even notice. We should get back, though. That and, turn my gaze away, my cheeks burning as I pointed at her chest. Your clothes are soaked. You're right. Yeah, they're almost see-through. That's not something you should be amused about. Look who's talking. My body is fantastic and it deserves to be shown off. I doubt your grandfather wants you showing it off to anyone at all, let alone a guy. Anyway, let's get back to the village before you catch a cold. The girl nodded, and with one last look at the two graves, she turned and began to walk back to the village, with me following in her trail. We walked back to the village, exchanging idle chatter. I managed to establish that while the girl was training her body well, she lacked discipline. She led me to an unfamiliar building on the outskirts of the village and quickly unlocked the door. Welcome to my humble abode. It doesn't look like much, but I keep it tidy. You can put on one of Oji-sama's old robes if you want to, while your stuff dries. This used to be his place before he became a village elder. I never really got rid of all his things. He didn't even notice. Your You're wearing his stuff. You can change in there. I'll get into something else. You forgot to put the name thing there. I forgot to put the... I see how it says Narumi in red text there. It didn't say it here, and I'm pretty sure that's her talking. And this is not her talking. Before we had a chance to get started, the sound of heavy footsteps could be heard out from outside, and soon enough a young guardsman appeared at the door. Hikage-san, there you are. You have been searching for you. Although someone wishes to see you right away. Oh, of course, right away. The guard saluted, snapped around, and took off. Narumi closed the door behind him and walked back to a clean pile of clothes. Okay. Okay. There's a nice one. Without warning, she began stripping off her clothes in front of me. My first reaction was to cover my eyes with one of my hands. Narumi, however, didn't seem the least bit bothered by my presence. Narumi-chan, what are you doing? What's the matter, Takio? I've never seen a girl in undies before. Oh, you saw mine yesterday. Maybe you've just never seen a mono girl. Actually, I've seen a lot of things in my life. Whenever a girl's stripping, what would your grandfather say if he saw you? I stuttered as I briefly visualized how Narumi would have looked without the underwear, but quickly cleared the thought from my mind. Oh, he's not going to find out, is he? It's nothing. We need to hurry, right? So get changed already. It's a matter of decency. Aren't you embarrassed when there's a healthy guy in the same room as you? At this rate, this and that might happen, and we're going to be late either way. Not really. I don't mind if it's you. What in the world? Okay. I'm honored. I wouldn't mind any of my friends seeing me like this. Miyo has seen me naked a lot of times. That's not really the issue here. Anyway, quickly turn around. Try my best not to peek as she finished changing. Tell me when you're done. This kind of stuff, this kind of stimulation isn't good for my mind. If you quit your babbling, we'd be done already. Get your clothes off and the dry ones on. Suddenly felt hands grab my hips from behind, and without any other warning, my trousers were yanked down to my ankles. A firm kick to my rear followed, and I stumbled forward and fell towards him with the wardrobe. Now, you didn't have to kick me. I sighed in frustration. I had been wrong, whether it was the Tsundere Taira, Narumi, Nachiko, or Maiko. These girls had no common sense. You know, it's not fair that only you get a show. Okay. Keep your eyes to yourself. This isn't a peeping contest. Good thing, too, I'd have no chance of winning. Well, I admit your side certainly has the more interesting view. I mumbled as I snuck another peek at Narumi while putting on the old robes I had found in the wardrobe. She seemed to have changed most of her clothes by now, replacing them with near-identical dry ones. I wonder why she would have more than the one set of same clothes when it struck me. You have a strange dress code here. What dress code? These are my clothes. Are you saying I dress strangely? No, they just look a lot like your other clothes. Then again, what do I know? There's not a lot of options when it comes to clothes here in the cities, maybe, but here you find something you look good and you stick to it. Some folks don't even have spare clothes, so I'm pretty lucky. I guess it wouldn't be. It would be for a tailor to. I guess it would be for a tailor to find work in a small village like this. I'm guessing fabric isn't easy to come by either. Yeah, it's never been easy, but these days it's almost impossible to convince people to come here with the spirits around. People used to pay a visit to the shrine, but lately they haven't been coming. Well, that makes sense. I don't think many would be willing to risk their lives peddling goods to some small village knowing wild spirits might attack. Yeah, oh dang, I'm gonna need some help here, Takio-kun. Are you done yet? Yep, just finished. What do you need help with? My wrap came loose. Can you pull it back and tighten it for me? I've never been able to get it right on my own. As she said that, she pulled her top up, presenting her back to me. You want me to do it? Feeling slightly embarrassed at the thought, I tried my best to keep my thoughts pure as I took hold at the end of the wraps and helped pull them back, tying them into place. I quickly made sure they were neither too tight nor too loose. Come on, be a man, just pull it tight and tie it. And a little surprised at her reaction, I decided to do as she says and pull it even tighter than I had previously, securing it with a sigh. This isn't good for my heart. Okay, Huzo. There, that wasn't so hard. Come on, let's hurry. Oh, you look good, like a handsome young businessman. You look more like a monk than a businessman. Smiling weakly, I quickly followed after Narumi, who was already in a hurry to leave the house. We dashed across the village to the elder's house, Narumi grabbing a weapon along the way. When we got there, we heard shouting and exchanged worried glances before pushing through the door. Halt, villain! Oh my. Prepare your... Oh, did we cross into a different dimension? Stop it. Never, I'm going to vanquish you. The scene that lay before us was unlike anything I had ever seen. In one corner, Maiko was cuddling a large empty bottle, sleeping, giggling to herself. At the back of the room, the village elder was hitting a large casket with a lock on it while grumbling to himself. In the center of the room, Machiko lay pinned to the floor by Miyo, who was tickling her mercilessly. Naru-chin, help me with this. The chest is locked and all the sake is trapped inside. It's suffocating. We need to rescue it immediately. Oh, jeez, they're drunk. Takio-kun, can you stop these two? This wasn't the battle I was expecting. I nodded my head in confirmation to Narumi's request, and I turned towards the two girls on the floor, trying to decide how best to deal with them. With both of them drunk, it would probably have been easy to get Miyo to release Machiko. Before I had a chance to intervene, the two girls roughhousing on the floor, cased them, caused them to bump into the table, knocking over a bottle of sake onto the both of them. I'm all wet now. You spilled the sake. Stupid. The girl pushed herself upright, flailing like a spoiled child before turning tail and running through the door. Good grief, who knows what she might do. Nana-chan, please go get her. In this state, she only makes stupid advances at me. Right. As Narumi ran off to retrieve the drunken fox girl, I was left to take care of the remaining few. Miyo-san, you need to come with me. We need to get you into something clean. You just want to see me naked. No, I'm not a pervert. Why does everyone seem to think that? I mean, I do want to see... Okay. See boobs, but I have my honor, damn it. Nope, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to. I'll stay right here and swim in sake. I sighed and looked at the woman who was indeed trying to swim in the tiny puddle of sake on the floor. Taking a deep breath, I prepared myself. Senior Chief, enemies have been sighted near the hot springs. Their numbers are about to overwhelm us. We need reinforcements right away. Came up with a bluff on the spot, hoping it would get Miyo out of the room. What? We have to vanquish them at once. Come on, private pervert, to the hot springs. But aren't we supposed to defend? Before I had time to finish my sentence, Miyo had me dragged to the entrance of the building by the collar of my robe. No, attack. Get to the hot springs and attack. I'll be there soon. And with that, she shoved me through the door with a hefty kick. The door was slamming shut behind me. My hearing wasn't perfect, but I could have sworn I heard a yelp and a tumble following Miyo's departure. A large open area lay ahead of me, closed off by a tall bamboo fence. There was also a small area off to the side for more delicate washing. Signed. Actually, I'm going to end it right here. That's a good place to end it. Well, I should have ended it here, but let's end it here. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.